Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Today's video is I'm going to show you how I style and curl my hair. Most of my videos here are like lifestyle videos where I clean or cook or do some fun tags, but I thought I'd show you how I personally curl and style my hair. I have a real passion for doing my makeup, and I'm not a huge fan of doing my hair, but I like to do it. I try to style my hair only twice a week if possible, so I don't wash my hair very often. I rely on dry shampoo a lot, but I try to only heat my hair twice a week. It's something I do enjoy doing. I like to sit down, listen to a podcast or something on YouTube and style my hair. Usually I can do it in under 20 minutes. If I'm really rushing, I can get it done in 10, but I sort of like to take my time, and I just thought I'd share with you how I curl my hair. And I thought I would show you the products that I use other products, but these are primarily the products that I use every time I wash my hair or style it. But this is usually what I use to try to keep my hair as healthy as possible, because it is color treated and I also use heat on it, so I do have quite a bit of damage, but I like coloring my hair and styling it, so sometimes you have to take the good with the bad. But I would like to show you some of the stuff that I found that works for me, and maybe you've already tried it or it works for you. I don't like the smell of this brand. It's a 10. A lot of people absolutely love this stuff. It's a great product. I just don't personally love the smell, but I definitely get over it because it does work so well. This is the Miracle Styling Serum. It's alcohol free. It adds shine, controls frizz, seals the cuticle, nourishes the hair, yada yada yada. It's really great. They have different types of things from this brand, and this is already halfway gone. It is a little pricey, but it's definitely worth it, and I will use this. I'll alternate between this and one other product when my hair is damp. I don't put it in when it's freshly out of the shower. I keep my hair wrapped up in a microfiber towel, or I'll use a t-shirt to cut back on frizz and breakage, and then I'll add a little bit of this. I usually do, because I have so much hair, maybe a nickel size, maybe a quarter size. And then I recently got this in a Boxy Luxe, and I couldn't be more thrilled. This stuff is amazing. It's the Mistress Hydrating Hair Balm. First of all, if only for the smell alone, it's, I don't know, it's like the most expensive spa hair salon you've ever been in. This is great, and this has coconut oil in it, and I absolutely love this, and it definitely does not weigh my hair down. My hair never feels greasy, and I love this, and this is what I've been using in place of my It's a 10, but I'll swap back and forth because I notice my hair definitely does get used to products, so I like to switch it up. This, I love anything from this macadamia brand. I actually have the big giant thing of the conditioner. I don't use this all the time. I only use the conditioner when my hair is feeling really crappy and it feels like it needs a pick-me-up. But this is a heating oil spray, and I believe you could use this as like a heat protectant. And then for dry shampoo, I prefer Batiste. I do have it in my room. I forgot to bring it with me. This brand's okay. This smells nice, but it's not like Batiste. Batiste is definitely my favorite, and I use any flavor from Batiste. It doesn't matter to me. But this is a good dry shampoo also, but it doesn't do what Batiste does. This is the Living Proof full dry volume blast, and you just put it in the roots, and boy does this give you a nice lift. So it definitely has a strong smell to it, but it works. And like if you need just a little bit of volume on like your second or third day hair when it's starting to fall a little flat, I do enjoy this. So these are the products so far that I use. I do swap out with other things, but these are my main products. So I'm going to get into showing you how I curl my hair. I use the Bellamy wand, that is the Graveyard Girl, and I use the second size. It comes with the big barrel. I don't remember the size of the barrels, but I will link it down below. I think it's a 1 inch that I use, and then the 1.5 inch, the 32 is the bigger of the two, and then I have the corkscrew one, which I love also. But today I'm going to be using the second size. I will show you in a second. Okay, I just wanted to show you the curler that I use. Like I was saying, it's the Bellamy wand from the Graveyard Girl collection. It's this absolutely gorgeous iridescent wand. This is the smaller of the two barrels, and I absolutely I love it. So I'm just gonna turn it on, and I'm gonna set it to about 400. I know I shouldn't set it that high, but, and then it just, as you can see, probably not, yep, you can see, there you go, the dial just heats up, and it heats up pretty quickly. Now I do different curls depending on what I'm doing that day. You know, sometimes I want something a little more fancy, but these are like my everyday curls, and I sometimes, like, I have my hair straight now, I just don't feel like myself. I definitely prefer a curl, and then I just will, and I'm no professional, this is just stuff that I've just sort of learned over the years of doing my own hair, and it took me a while. You know, it's not easy, I don't think. Like, people make it seem like it's just so super easy, but no, it definitely takes time, and I just prefer a barrel because when I use the wands with the clips, I always get creases and I don't like it. So I just learned to use a barrel, and it definitely took me a little while to get used to it, and I made mistakes, and I'm still, you know, learning. So what I do is, I'm just going to show you a few times. Again, my hair curls pretty easy now. Excuse me. So it just depends. I like my curls to look a little more natural, so sometimes I'll take a thicker piece or a thinner piece. It just depends, and it depends on how fast I want to get it done. And what I do is I take about maybe 1.5 inches or 1 inch, and I like to lay it flat. And what I like to do is, sometimes I get lazy and I'll just wrap it, but when I'm really trying to make it look nice and want it to last for a few days, I'll come in from behind. Sometimes I start at the root, sometimes I start like halfway through, and I just wrap flat. I always wrap flat. I sometimes will wrap whatever if it's still curled, and then I leave about, I don't know, a little, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches out, and I only hold it for a few seconds, and then there's the curl. And the reason I leave that little piece uncurled at the bottom is for a more beachier, more nice beachy wave. And then I don't touch the curls, I just toss it to the back, and I don't touch them until they're all completely cooled, and then that's when I'll brush them out. I mean, you could definitely do a curl and not worry about if it's flat. It will definitely give you a little bit of a different curl. You can curl all the way to the bottom. You could definitely, you know, the under pieces don't matter as much. You could just go in like this and wrap it flat, and then I just leave, you know, sometimes I'll leave a little less, sometimes I'll just quickly just do that with the bottom, and then there's a curl, and sometimes I'll pull on it just to sort of loosen it a little, and then I just toss it to the back. See, that piece was a little less thick, and then sometimes I'll take even thicker. It just depends on what I want that day, if I want more beachy, wavy. And then I have a few pieces that are a little bit shorter in the back because I had a little bit of hair loss, and my hairs finally grew back. So there are a few pieces that are a little wonky, but that's okay. And then again, from behind, and I'll just wrap flat, and then I leave a few pieces out, or I leave the ends out, excuse me. And because my hair was previously straightened, the ends are already pretty straight. So that's what that piece looks like. And I usually never over or recurl something if it doesn't turn out perfect. I just keep it moving if it's underneath. So, and I'll show you a couple more times. I'm not big on alternating pieces, like going this way or that way. I don't mind if the hair sort of clumps, and I can always just sort of brush it out. I'll show you at the end how it ends up looking. My hair never sort of clumps together. I find that when I alternate the curls, I don't love it. But if you were going to alternate them, what you would do is just alternate the hair, even though I don't personally like to. Instead of just curling back, you would curl forward. And I mean, it's fine, I'll do this one piece, but I just don't personally like to. And I try to keep my wand, see? And then I'll just toss it in the best. I always try to keep my wand straight up and down instead of out. I know some people don't care, but I just get particular with it, and I just keep my wand up and down. And then we'll do this piece, and then I just flatten it out, go from behind, keep my wand straight up and down, leave that little piece out. And then, like I said, there's all kinds of techniques, and sometimes I'll just give it a little pull. Sometimes I will only curl like that much, and I'll just do like a soft wave in between. Like I said, sometimes when I curl with the corkscrew, or the corkscrew that came with this, which is a little bit bigger, I mean, you have to use pieces that tiny, and oh my gosh, it's so time consuming, but it's beautiful results. Sometimes I just do I'll curl all the way to the bottom from the root, and I love that look. It just depends on what I'm in, but this is my everyday curl. This is what I found that I personally like, and it looks a little more natural as it can. And these wands are so good, you literally only need 10 to 15 seconds depending on how big. And with these, I just do once around and just give it a little curl. To me, this is a little expensive, but it's definitely an investment, and I have not regretted buying it since. And forgive my roots, I gotta do my hair. But yeah, I definitely am impressed with. And this I just curl back too. I always curl my hair away from my face. That's just the way I prefer, unless I'm going for a very specific look, like if I was going to a wedding. And then again, from behind, flat on the barrel. If you didn't do it flat, I'll show you what it would look like if I didn't do a flat curl. Like if you're going to a wedding and you wanted like a very 50s glam, you could definitely go towards your face on one side, and there's so many ways to curl your hair. And then I will show you if I didn't lay it flat. Let me just take a piece here. Right here. If I just leave them, and this is the curl for them. Just a little tighter. Really not much of a difference. And then I always check the back of my hair when I'm done to make sure because I always miss pieces. I think it's just my hair's getting a little too long for, myself. It's after my mom got sick, and my mother, she hated whenever us girls would cut our hair. I don't know why. She always loved long hair. She was a hippie. It was her thing. And I always could grow my hair very long. And I would always grow it long and cut it off, and I would drive her crazy. Well, when she passed away a couple years ago, I, decided that I was going to grow it out for her. Even though she's not here, I just figured, you know what? I always tormented her and cut my hair off, and I thought, let me just grow it out for her. And that's what I've been doing, but I think it needs a good trim. Maybe a couple inches off. But I guess just keeping it long makes me feel like I'm a little closer to her. She always had long, beautiful brown hair, and I'm a natural brunette. My hair is extremely dark, but I've been blonde. I don't know. I think after she passed away, I went blonde. I sort of just needed a change. And, you're going through a major life change with losing your parents, and I took it out on my hair. Or your mother, excuse me. And last piece. And then sometimes I'll do, okay. So far, this is what it looks like. And see, sometimes they'll stick, but I don't really mess with them at this point. I just let them completely cool. And I've never been someone who uses any type of hairspray. I just feel like it weighs them down, and I never had any trouble with my curls staying. So what I do next is sometimes I'll do a second layer. Sometimes I'll just pull the rest down. Just for this sake, I'll do a second layer. That way I can do the top properly. Okay, now that I have the second layer fiddled with, I'm just going to speed up all this, but I'll show you I pretty much do the same thing for this layer. Do I have any curl, straight hair back there? No. I pretty much just do the same thing for this layer, and then I'll just speed this part up, and then I will show you, like with this layer, see I have a little bit of shorter pieces from losing some of my hair. But pretty much I'll pull from, I want a little more volume, so I'll come in, more from the root. So I have just a little more volume. I'll keep the barrel straight up and down, and I keep it in that, and I'll pull a little, and then sometimes I'll throw it over so it will cool on the opposite side, so I have a little more volume. Each time I keep doing, and instead of going from sort of like the back and just curling, I sort of try to pull, like I'll do a few back pieces, but I try to pull from the tippy top so I have a little more volume. Like I'll show you. Then for pieces like this, so that they don't look funny, I'll come from the back. I just curl at the root. But I understand the barrel's like this for now, but then I go from behind and I keep it straight up and down. Then I'll drop it in my hand, scrunch a little for those bigger pieces, and then just toss in the back. But some of them I'll let cool. Like here, this funky piece. This is a smaller piece, but again, and throw it to the back. Now, like I was saying, I'll just grab some of these top pieces. Instead of going forward, I just curl down. Does that make sense? Instead of coming around from these pieces, I just take from the top and work my way in instead of working my way out. I don't know if that even makes sense. And then just from the root and wrap. Okay, I will speed this up and I will show you what I do with the top. Now for this front piece, what I do is I'll lay it flat. I take a little bit of a bigger piece because these are a little more frailer towards my face, and then I just do away in a bigger, sort of wrap it fatter and flat. Leave the end out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and just leave it loose, as you can see. So that's what I do with that side, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other, and I will be right back. But first I'm going to flip these, and again, they look tight right now, so I don't touch them. They are all hot, and you can see how the ends, they just sort of look beachy and wavy, and I just gotta make sure I didn't miss anything. I'll take a mirror and I'll check after we're done. But yep, that's so far this side, and then I will be back when the other half is done and I will show you what I do with the top. Okay, so I'm done with the other side. I just wanted to show you what the back looks like. Usually I bring my hair forward, so I'm not a perfectionist. If it looks good, then I'm happy. So here's what the back's looking like so far. So again, I'm going to brush these out. They're definitely not going to stay this tight. So now I'm going to work on the top. Oop. There's not much on top now. I just have to decide if I want to part it in the middle or on the side. I haven't done a middle part in a long time. I was really feeling the side parts, but this time I will definitely do a middle part just because I haven't in a while. So I'll just, again, I don't care if it's perfect or not. I just split it down the middle, and the reason I'm looking behind you is because I'm using a mirror just so I don't burn myself, because again, I'm not used to filming any of this kind of stuff. So again, here there's not much hair. Forgive my roots. So whatever, I don't care if the part's perfect because I'll play with it all week long anyway, flipping it back and forth. So again, I'm just gonna curl away from my face, but I'm gonna take, instead of taking from like taking a piece here, I take from the top and work my way down so there's a little more volume. So I'll take this piece from back here, and this is from this side, my left side, and then I will put the thing behind, or the curler behind, take it at the root, 1, 2, lift it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one could have probably stayed on a little longer, but oh well. And then again, here I am. I'm going to take a piece from the back. I hope you can see me. Let's take a piece from the back, go behind so there's a little more volume. These, now I'll keep the barrel, instead of going up and down, straight across. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I feel like that gives a little more volume on top. Now that looks really, really curly, but that's okay. And then I just flip it over. That one came out extremely curly. And then again, I take a piece from the top, wrap it so the wand is going this way. Let it go and flip them over. So when I'm curling underneath pieces, I keep the barrel straight up and down. To get a little more volume on top, I keep it this way. But you could do up and down. I don't think it would make a difference. I'll try with this one and see if it makes any difference. I don't see that it would. No, I guess it doesn't. I think it's just something I got used to. But we'll just flip it to the back and take another piece off the top and just work our way to the underneath. There's not much hair here anymore. And just get to the root to get a little lift. 7, 8, 9, 10. And put you on the other side to cool. Come on, thank you. I'll have to show you if you would like when I curl my hair all the way to the bottom. I mean, it doesn't make a huge difference, but it's enough. I'll just leave you over here. Then we're coming to these front pieces. 10, and last piece on this side. And what I do is flatten it, and I put the barrel like that, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and just lay it flat and let it sit. And then I'll bring these pieces back over. There's not a lot of volume quite yet. I still have to brush them out, let it cool, and then I'm going to speed up and do this side same exact way. Okay, so this is what it looks like before I sort of brush it out. This was the one that we just curled a little too tight, but this is what it looks like. They're all different sort of sizes and different types of curls, but that's okay. I guess it makes it more beachy and natural. As you can see, the ends are just straight. So they've cooled almost pretty much, and this is when you could add your hairspray, your root lifting spray. This one, the root lifter, I prefer to use this like if I'm going out, because it does leave your hair a little sticky, or you can feel it. So most of the time I'll just use a big can of, I like to buy the big cans of Batiste. I get them either at Marshall's or TJ Maxx. This was $8.99 for this big can, so I usually get them there. My Marshall's and TJ Maxx always have them. So what I'll do is, usually I'll go in the second day with a brush, or later that evening when it's really, really sort of set in, but I'll just sort of flip it and sort of just loosen up those curls. And I'm going to add a little dry shampoo because my hair was already a day or two old. I just wanted to not have to wash it right away, especially with it getting chillier out. I just want to try to keep as much moisture in my hair, so I try not to wash it as often. So I figured if I curled it, I could get 2 or 3 more days out of it. I get more days out of my curls and my hair straight. And you can see it's just adding a little more volume. And of course it falls throughout the day as far as the volume. I mean, the curls will stay, and then they'll get a little looser and they'll look more beachy. And then what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of this dry shampoo right here at the root. And again, I'm just looking behind this because there's a mirror and I can't see anything with or without my glasses. And then I'll just add it where it needs it. And it creates, even that creates a little volume for you. You know, I'm not big on huge hair. I don't care about that. Like, if it's a little flat, it doesn't drive me crazy. I know some women, it does. My sister cannot stand if her hair is flat. But to me, it's whatever. And again, you could brush it if you wanted. I just have the, this disgusting hair out. And again, you could brush it. I just have the wet brushes. I have 3 different ones. This is my personal one, and it's the gold one. I also found this at Marshall's or TJ Maxx for like $4.99, and I love this brush. I love that I can use it when my hair is wet, but then you could just go through and sort of brush the ones that are a little too curl for you. Now, I love, personally, I don't like those curls from like the 90s or the early 2000s, those tight curls, but I do like a formal curl. Like if I'm going out for dinner somewhere nice, I do more of a, less like of a bombshell curl and more of a curl, where I'll curl to the bottom. To me, these are more like I've been on the beach, not really, but you know what I mean. And then these will fall into like a beautiful wave. But these are more like modern curls. This is what girls are doing. And that's just how I do it. I am not by any means, and you can see I have a little volume more in my hair. I am in no means a professional. I just, you know, like showing people how I do stuff and giving you some tips if you get any. And you can see these are by no means perfect. These are messy and beachy, and I love the ends out because I feel like that's what gives it that mermaid vibe hair. But I just like showing people how I do things, especially because I do, you know, most girls nowadays have that gorgeous little bob cut, the long bobs, and you know, a lot of girls have long hair too, but sometimes when you have longer hair it's hard to curl. But yeah, this is not perfect, but, and I just play with it till I get it where I like it. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you take a second to subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, any at all, even if you think it's silly, please leave it down below because I will answer anything that I can. And if I can't, I will figure it out for you. I really enjoy doing this. I love hair and makeup. It just makes me super, super happy. And I don't do my makeup or hair for anybody but myself. My husband loves me either way. He doesn't care. He's a man. But I do it because when I get up in the morning and I do my makeup and hair, it just makes me feel like myself. So I have a better day and I'm more productive. I by no means wear it every day. There's some days that I don't wear it at all summer. I probably wore makeup twice all summer because it was just so hot. So this is just who I am. I've always worn makeup, even when I was very young, probably too young to be wearing makeup. But I just love it, and I love that it can change your face for a little while, and then at the end of the day, you take it off, and I just like how it transforms everything, your hair and your makeup. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you take a second to subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave that down below, and thank you so much for watching.